Lesson 7, Comparing the Colonies. Section 4, New York, Middle Colony. The colony that the British named New York was first settled by the people from the Netherlands, known as the Dutch. The Netherlands, often called Holland, is a country in northern Europe. The Dutch came to the area to set up fur trading posts. The British, however, wanted this land for themselves so that British settlers in New England could create new trade routes. In 1664, the British captured the colony, and England's king gave the land to his brother, the Duke of York. New York's geography made it a good place to settle. New York Harbor was ideal for shipping and trade, and the valleys of the Hudson and Mohawk rivers were well suited to farming and trade. Iron, a useful mineral, was found in this region. Winters in New York were cold, and summers were hot and humid, moist. But there were long growing seasons in the valleys and along the coast, so farming was easier here than in New England. New York's economy offered colonists good jobs in many industries. Farmers grew wheat, corn, vegetables, and tobacco, while other colonists became miners, lumbermen, sailors, trappers, and merchants. Some workers were indentured servants or enslaved Africans. Colonists had little power in New York's government. Governors appointed by the king were controlled by England, and the governor appointed other officials and enforced the laws. Caption. In 1664, the British took what would become New York from the Dutch. This allowed British settlers in the New England colonies to move westward. Section 5, Pennsylvania, Middle Colony. Caption. William Penn treated American Indians fairly. He paid them for their land, and in return, they lived in peace with the Quaker colonists. Like the Puritans, the Quakers were a religious group whose beliefs set them at odds with the official church in England. Quakers had no priests or ministers and would not fight in wars. English Quaker William Penn was jailed several times for his beliefs. He wanted to start a colony where Quakers could live safely. In 1681, England's King Charles II granted land in North America to Penn, which he used to found Pennsylvania. Vocabulary. Grant. To give something to someone of lower rank as a favor or privilege. Assembly. A body of lawmakers. Penn welcomed people from many countries to his colony, regardless of the religion they practiced. Penn also treated American Indians with respect. Therefore, they lived in peace with the colonists. Although many Quakers opposed slavery, Penn permitted people to bring enslaved Africans to the colony and even owned slaves himself. Pennsylvania's geography provided many resources. The Delaware River Valley had rich soil for farming. There were forests for timber, and other raw materials included coal and minerals like iron and copper. Rivers offered easy transportation. Winters were cold and snowy, but the climate did not discourage colonists. The colony developed a strong economy with jobs in many industries. Farmers raised dairy cattle and grew wheat and vegetables such as corn. People worked as miners, lumbermen, and merchants. Many Quaker merchants and farmers became rich. The king approved Penn's appointment of the colony's governor. A general assembly met to pass or reject laws made by a council. All men who owned property could vote for members of the assembly. In 1696, the colony became more democratic when the elected members of the assembly gained the power to write laws. Section 6, Maryland, Southern Colony. Cecilius Calvert, an English nobleman also known as Lord Baltimore, started the colony of Maryland in 1634. He hoped to make money from the colony. Lord Baltimore also wanted to provide a safe place for Catholics like himself. In England and in some colonies, Catholics were treated harshly. Maryland's geography was well suited for planting and selling tobacco. This crop grew well in the hot, steamy summers. Chesapeake Bay was a route to the ocean for most settlers and farmers near the bay could ship their crops to England and other places. Unfortunately, the climate also encouraged mosquitoes that spread deadly diseases. There were many kinds of jobs in the colony. Most colonists worked on small farms, growing tobacco, corn, wheat, and fruit trees. some farmers raised cattle for beef and milk. Other industries included lumbering, shipping, and fishing. Some people made money by buying and selling slaves. Some wealthy families owned tobacco plantations where enslaved Africans and indentured servants did most of the work. Caption: This painting, The Founding of Maryland, shows the importance of the Catholic religion to those who settled Maryland. Notice the priest at the left blessing the group of settlers and American Indians. Most colonists had little power in Maryland's government. Lord Baltimore made his brother, Leonard Calvert, the governor of the colony. Calvert made the decisions until 1637, when he allowed the colony to have an assembly. For the most part, only white men with property voted for members of the assembly. Over time, though, more non-Catholics moved to the colony. Calvert had the assembly pass a law to protect Catholics' right to vote and to serve in the government. These rights were denied to Catholics in some of the other colonies. Section 7. Georgia, Southern Colony. The Southern Colony of Georgia was the last colony founded by Great Britain, and it was started in 1732 for two main reasons. First, the British government wanted to keep Spanish troops from moving north from Florida. The colonists in Georgia first tried to make treaties with the American Indian tribes of Florida. In 1742, Spanish troops launched an attack against British troops in Georgia. Though the attack was not successful, British and Spanish troops continued to fight along the border for the next few years. Caption: The artist made this engraving to persuade people to move to Georgia. Some rich British people hoped that Georgia would be a place where those in debt could seek a new and better life. Second, some wealthy British men wanted to help poor people avoid going to debtor's prison. A debtor is someone who owes something to another person, and at that time, these people went to jail if they could not pay off their bills. Sending debtors to Georgia rather than to jail gave them a new start because they could now earn a living in the new colony. When they arrived in Georgia, each debtor received 50 acres of land to farm. However, debtors could not sell the land that they were given. Georgia's geography was ideal for growing certain crops, making farming the key industry in the colony. Winters were mild, but summers were long, hot, and humid. This climate was good for growing indigo, a plant used to make blue dye. The southern part of Georgia was mostly swamp, which was ideal for growing rice. Later on, farmers grew tobacco and cotton. People in Georgia also had other jobs. In the north, settlers cut down forests and sold the lumber for homes, also leaving cleared areas that could then be used as farmland. Other colonists earned a living by trading goods with the American Indians. At first, only the rich men who had started the colony took part in running the government. They passed laws that they thought were best for the colony. One of these laws made slavery illegal. In 1752, however, these men turned control of the colony over to Great Britain's King George II. The king allowed white male voters to elect an assembly, with the exception that he could overturn any law the assembly passed. New laws made slavery legal, and soon it became widespread. Caption: The colony of Georgia was named after King George II. He took over control of Georgia in 1752, allowing white men to elect an assembly. Lesson summary. In this lesson, you learned about the British colonies and what would become the United States. You learned that the colonies were divided into three regions: the New England, Middle, and Southern colonies. Several factors made the three regions different. Geography was one of these factors. The kind of climate and type of soil in a region affected what crops could be grown there. The natural resources in each region led to the growth of certain industries. Colonies within the same region had differences too. Their governments and laws varied. Still, many colonists experienced more democracy than they had previously known in Great Britain and other European countries. There were different reasons for founding each of the colonies. Some settlers sought religious freedom, while others came in search of wealth or to escape from debt. Some were forced to come, such as enslaved Africans who were brought over by slave traders.